I welcome you for the retirement celebration of our own Debbie Archer. But, you know, look at her. I mean, look at her. You know, is he ready for retirement? No. Right. All right. Debbie served UAPB for 37 years. 37. Remember all the Facebook, nice pictures, all the news articles, everywhere, Pine Bluff Commercial, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, and whatnot. Twitter, I'm not in that generation, but now Twitter, right? All right, I don't want to go there. Twitter. Calendars. Booklets, brochures, who is behind all those things? Debbie and her group, right? So we are all well known outside because of the hard work Debbie and her work put together. So we should be thankful to Debbie and her group. I'm sure she will enjoy her well-earned retirement. It's a pleasure to work with her. I don't know what I will do after her retirement. Right? I walk into her office every day with some urgent, hey, can you do this? And she's always, of course, she won't say yes immediately. She will say, you should have given me this 2 weeks back. But, every time she, accepted and she did a great job, we are all so pleased. In fact, faculty, you all know, at last minute, you are going for a meeting or conferences, but still we don't print it early, right? We just go at the last minute. But still, she was good to accept and help everyone. I know Debbie is retiring, but she assured me that she will be around and help me with the transition, that period. So, enjoy the fellowship and party, and Ms. Archer, we will miss you. Good luck.
Good afternoon. My name is Easter Tucker, and I'm the Interim Family and Consumer Sciences Program Leader, and I'll be serving as your Mistress of Ceremony this afternoon. And like Dr. Manoharan, we are just excited to be celebrating Debbie. It's going to be a wonderful time for her. I know Tommy has all kinds of honey-do lists for her because she's going to be at home and Tommy is still going to be working for a few months. So he gets a chance to say, do this and do that. I don't know if he'll be obedient, Debbie. I don't know Debbie, but she's going to try it. And we have asked several people to just come and share maybe a story or how you have worked with Debbie over these past 37 years. I'm sure there are many stories we won't hear, and some you probably don't want us to hear. So just share the ones you think she don't mind you sharing. And we're going to start off with Dr. Jacqueline McCrae. She is the former Provost, Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, and a whole lot of other things around here on this campus. But of course, she was Debbie's supervisor at one time. So, Dr. McCrae.
Good afternoon. Let's get this straight. I am the former dean of the School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences. That is who I am and who I want to be known as, okay? I was talking with Debbie. I knew Debbie and I had come about the same time and been around together, and I was just talking with her outside. We came the very same year. I came from the Department of Human Sciences, and Debbie came from Cooperative Extension Program Service in Little Rock. So we came the same year to the School of Agriculture, 1983. That was a good year for the School of Agriculture, wasn't it, Debbie? All right. Okay. Debbie first came to us as a communication specialist. Debbie was the only one anybody had to turn to say, I want this newspaper article, help me with this publication. Debbie was everything in the communications department. She handled it very well. And Debbie is real smart. She was smart enough to know, I need some help with this. So Debbie built the structure of the communications department. I don't know who the first person you hired was, but I know you ended up with a photographer. You ended up with a writer. You ended up with several people. I don't even remember. I'm getting old. I don't even remember who all they were, but I think at the prime you had about 5 or 6 employees working in the communications area. And Debbie and our communications staff was very, very well respected throughout the 1890 community. Because Debbie kept saying, well, y'all always didn't do this. Debbie served as on leadership roles with many of the 1890 conferences, with many of the 1890 publications, and she always did a stellar job. There are 2 or 3 people, now I've been gone a while, so this may have changed, but there are 2 or 3 people in the 1890 communications arena at the other 1890 institutions that had a reputation for being having outstanding communications programs. And they were always called upon to do work for the 1890 community. And Debbie did her share. Debbie was well respected by the other 1890 communications officers at the other schools, and she always did her share. We were always pleased when people said, can UAPB help with this? Will UAPB take the lead in this? And Debbie and her staff always came to the top. She was hired by Dr. Arthur Allen. He did 2 smart things in his life. 2. He asked me to be his assistant administrator. And he hired Debbie as head of the communications department. So Dr. Allen, I don't know how many others he did, but I know he did 2 smart things in those actions. Debbie had the vision for what it took to make an extension research program work. And she exercised that. Debbie was so helpful to all of the specialists and the scientists as they attempted to do their publications, write their articles. And she was always, I never had anybody come to me during the time when I was dean and complain about Debbie. Now, people came to me and complained about other people, but I never had anyone to say a harsh word about Debbie. Go on, Debbie, let that go too. Just go right on. Okay. But we started off with one person, Debbie, to be a communication specialist. And in that role, she primarily helped specialists write articles. But she added to that staff, and I don't know how the titles of all of the people who worked, but I do know that we had a chief writer, we had a graphics designer, and other titles and other people who helped us to support the program, because Debbie had the vision and the knowledge of how a communications program should be run and what kinds of people she needed to help her make it successful. In case you don't know it, Debbie's staff, Debbie's work and the work of her staff are responsible for the high esteem with which the School of Agriculture at UAPB is held in the 1890 community. Now, I hope y'all still got that going. Y'all still got that going? Y'all still got that going?
Yes, we do.
That's right.
Yes.
You got, we got to keep that going now, because that's our niche. That's our niche. We got to be at the top of the 1890 institutions. I'm not going to say the top, but we need to be in that ranking of universities that have exceptional, outstanding, and good work that supports the needs of the people of the state of Arkansas. And I'm just saying this, all of you have a what? A role to play and a responsibility to fulfill, okay? Debbie, it has been my pleasure to work with you as a colleague and to know you as a person. You have made an indelible impression on the School of Agriculture, the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and the 1890 community. When I was dean and we would be getting together planning conferences and whatever, everybody was always saying, can Debbie do this? Can Debbie do that? Will UAPB take this? And we always fulfilled our responsibilities and obligations with a great deal of success. That's the UAPB mantra in the 1890 community. I'm urging y'all to keep it going. Keep it going. My only wish is that you have had as much pleasure working with me as I had in working with you. Congratulations and best wishes for a wonderful life to follow a very successful career.
Next, we'll have Ms. Tiki Hunt Winston, who is the Director of 4-H and SAPS Recruitment. And after her, we will have a video presentation from Ms. Tish Arnold, the Planning, Institutional Research, and Public Information. Ms. Winston.
Good afternoon, everyone. Miss Debbie, I hate to see you go. I've only been down here, 5 years? But of course, during my time down here, Miss Debbie is the one that gets people in line when we're planning for Rural Life Conference and other things that are coming up. Look, you all have to get on those timelines. If this isn't in by this day, we won't have the program. If this isn't in by this day, we won't have a schedule. You have to get the posters in or they won't be printed. She keeps everybody in line. And she's a go-to person when you need something. If you need something publicized, and she would get on me because we do things, and I tell her about it after. Well, you should have. Did you take pictures? Well, my phone doesn't take very good pictures. Well, let us know beforehand, and I'll get Brad over there, or I'll come over there, because we gotta get this out there so the people know what we're doing. And so she get on me and remind me, and sometimes I'll do right in the middle. I was like, okay, well let me text this to Miss Debbie. Now, everybody don't have my cell number, but Miss Debbie does. So I text her the picture. Next thing I know, I look it up, and she's already posted it on Facebook. And it could be a Saturday. She's enjoying her grandbabies, and then she posts something, or UAPB-4-H is out doing a bicycle something or something else. It's just, you know, the love of what we're doing and the knowledge that what we're doing matters, and she wants to get that word out there to keep promoting our program. So when Ms. Easter asked me to say something about Ms. Debbie, I was like, okay. Say something about Miss Debbie. So I wrote something with the letters of your name. What can I say about Miss Debbie? She is Debbie, it's D-E-B-B-I-E. The D is for daring. And she goes out there and, you know, she gets it done. And she doesn't mince words. She doesn't let you know this is what needs to be done. She's energetic. She doesn't ever seem to tire. She's bold. She's beautiful. Inspirational, helps. Did I write that right? Okay, she'll change it up and get you to fix it. And she's ethereal. She just has a loving, you know, earthly personality. And I just pray that in your retirement, enjoy your kids, enjoy your grandkids, and keep sharing so I can continue to share in your life.
Thank you.
Hi Debbie, I'm sorry I can't be there with you today, but I had to take an opportunity to wish you a happy retirement and congratulate you on a successful career. There's a quote by Maya Angelou that comes to mind when I think about our work relationship. And it says, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. And that is the epitome of our working relationship. I thank you so much for your encouragement, for your direction, for the group therapy sessions that we would have together when we would vent our frustrations, and even talk about some possible solutions to make things more efficient and better in our workplace. I thank you for encouraging me to move forward in my own professional development and professional advancement. And I'm taking you up on that advice, so don't be surprised if you get some other emails from me. But nevertheless, I want you to enjoy this chapter in your life. I'll be checking you out on Facebook to see what you're up to every now and then, even if that means nothing at all. And you know as well as I do, in this line of work, you've been working for 25, 30, 40 plus years, it's hard to do nothing at all. That in itself is an agenda. So my final words to you are happy retirement, enjoy this part of life, congratulations on a successful career, and turn off that alarm clock and wake up when you get ready.
We would now like to hear from Dr. Obadiah Dewey, just interim assistant dean for extension.
Well, Ms. Archer, I'll continue calling you Ms. Archer. That's what I refer Debbie as. It's hard to believe that it's been almost 14 years since Dr. McCrae, you hired me here as the Extension Horticulture Specialist. It was back in 2005 when I joined UAPB as the Horticulture Extension Specialist. I was very excited that I had a job. I knew what extension was, but one thing I had not experienced is the backing of someone who knew what quality was. And that's what Debbie taught me to be in writing those articles and publications, and more importantly, taking pictures. Ms. Archer, I remember getting excited, going to the field with the camera, taking pictures and getting them to you and saying, oh, Dr. Jewel, we can't publish that. I mean, someone is looking the other side, you took, there's somebody in the background. Debbie is very detailed. And you have taught me a great deal how to be an effective extension specialist. Whether it's writing those articles, you engraved in me that when you write a news article, a publication, think of a fifth grader. If they can't get it, it's not good enough. And you did great in making me who I am today. I really enjoy extension, and I will miss the quality work. Dr. McCrae shared with us how UAPB is respected in the 1890 community. I have seen that in my new role as the interim assistant dean for extension. I've had the opportunity to work with other deans from other institutions. Not only that, looking at this place, we just came back from Florida a few weeks ago, and UAPB display was second to none. And that's because of your guidance and your team. So everything that Dr. McCrae has shared with us is all very true. I have witnessed that. I have experienced that. We have quality like none other 1890 institution has. And to my colleagues, that's going to be a legacy that we have to uphold as we move forward. It's hard to say without Miss Archer, but she has taught us well, and I believe you join me in upholding that. So, Ms. Archer, congratulations on your retirement. It's always been a great pleasure to work with you and learning from you. And you have set an example to us all with your dedication, with your hard work, and with a very great attitude. You have inspired many of us to always stay positive, to enjoy the work, and most of all, to pay attention to detail. We appreciate that, and we wish you a very happy retirement. I'm envious of Mr. Archer, like I mentioned a few minutes ago. Now he will have more of all this good quality. And with that, I'm sure all my colleagues join me in giving you a huge thank you for what you've done for UAPB.
And then we're going to hear from Dr. Linda O'Keefe. She has a few words she'd like to give to Debbie at this time.
Well, I probably, other than Dr. McCrae and perhaps Mr. Hancock, I may know Debbie the greatest length of time here. There might be some other folks that are older time, perhaps Joe. I came in January 1996. That was another smart thing that happened. Dr. McCrae hired me. She took a chance on somebody really just off the boat. And I'm grateful for that. So I started working with Debbie in 1996. And all of you have spoken about her attention to detail and how professional she is. But let me tell you, she used to frustrate the bejeebies out of me. And Dr. Maharan is the one that hit on that. And he said, you can go into her office and ask her for thus and though, I need this or that. And she would never, ever say, oh yeah, I'll do that, off the bat. She'd come around to it, but never would say, oh sure, we can do that. No, it used to frustrate the devil out of me. But she would always follow it up with, I need this text, I need this, that, and another. And so once you got that pulled together, then she was good to go, and she was always on board. But it was that first few minutes that I used to struggle with. Anyways, but some things that you may not know about Debbie. So Debbie, yes, is very professional, very dedicated to her job, but she's also dedicated to something else that many of you don't know. She is dedicated to health and fitness, and she's become part of my health. She and Tommy both are part of my family of health and fitness, and so she's very dedicated. I will miss every now and again that 5 o'clock or 5:30 class. I will sometimes miss, but it's rare for me to go to class and not see Debbie there, and Tommy out there in the gym as well. So she's dedicated. She carried that dedication and focus into her personal life, into being a fitness and healthy person. So she has a really broad background, broad experience. She's a well-rounded, full person. Everybody knows her on the professional side, but she is a real full-rounded person. And I've been really glad to have worked with her, really grateful for her friendship. We continue to be friends at 5 o'clock in the morning most days, and I'm grateful for that. I know I'm not going to miss her too much because I'm going to keep seeing her at 5 o'clock in the morning in Body Pump. So I'm looking forward to that. But I know that the School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences is going to have to fill a big void, some big shoes to fill as she transitions into a more relaxing lifetime following her career. So congratulations, Debbie. I look forward to seeing you every morning. Okay.
Just want to thank everybody who participated in any way in helping to make this day, this activity, a success for Debbie, especially the FCS department, Brad, and Debbie has some real strong directions on kind of how she wants the day to go. And so we just couldn't go all out because she said no. And so we tried to keep it as low key as possible per her directions. And we're glad, Tommy, that you're here as her very special guest And she'll probably call out some other names when she comes forward. But after Debbie's remarks, we will go out in the foyer and have refreshments, and you all can get a chance to visit with Debbie a little bit more. But we are just excited that you did block off this time to come, and I see that my dean wants to say something else that I don't know anything about. I'm going to call this individual up to the podium, and I know that this person has no problems coming to the podium and having words. Dr. David Fernandez, please. As he rolls his eyes.
Thank you both for the no warning. Come on up here and have a few things to say. So, I see by the smiles around the room that my reputation precedes me, and I see by Debbie's look on her face that she's a little concerned about what might come out. Well, I'm really not going to say anything terribly bad. I was just thinking about the fact that when I first came here, the livestock extension position had been open for 2.5 years. And so the program was pretty dead. And I had to restart this thing. And I had no idea what to do about it. And so Debbie said, well, why don't you write a newspaper article? Okay, that's something I've never done before. Let me write a newspaper article and see how that goes. So I wrote a newspaper article, and I didn't think much of it, and a couple more, and she had to really hammer on me about it, and maybe once a month I'd think about writing one. And then one day, because I was still struggling to get this thing going, what had happened? I talked to one of my old friends from church. This guy was already in his 80s. And he said, hey, I saw your quote in the newspaper from that interview you did. And I'm thinking, what interview did I do? Because I didn't do an interview. He had read from the front page, top line on the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, all the way to the back page, bottom, second to the last paragraph. It was one line with me quoted in from an interview I had done 3 months before. And it dawned on me. Most of our farms are older and they read that newspaper from cover to cover. So I came back into Nick's office and said, we'll write some newspaper articles. I wrote an article every single week. And she made sure that every last one of them got out and got published and got put on Facebook. And at that point, things took off. She made sure that I got fact sheets done, that they got done the right way, that they all looked good, that they were all professionally done in a timely fashion. Got a bunch of those out. That's what got that livestock program up and running. And if she hadn't been behind all the other things that I've had an opportunity to do, the livestock world wouldn't have happened. Because getting that word out, that is the number one thing that we do in extension. If she hadn't helped me to do that, I'd probably be looking for another job 6 or 7 years ago. So, thank you, Debbie, very much for helping me to succeed. And I've heard a lot about your vacation and travel plans. Yeah, try not to get lost while you're out there. You need to come back and make sure that we stay. Oh, is that your navigator there? Okay, well, that's good, because I think I've seen you do a map reading before. That's good. We're going to miss you, Debbie, but we will see you back again soon.
Easter asked me here the other day if I wanted to have any closing remarks, and I said, well, I can say thank you. You know, early on in my career, I actually headed up the 4-H public speaking activity. You know, where it was my responsibility to teach 4-H'ers how to properly public speak. Well, I can tell you what, today, I'm a bundle of nerves. And all I can say is thank you so much. Some of y'all came from long distances. Liz, thank you so much. Leanne, thank you for coming. Bobby, y'all are my heart. But I have to give thanks to my husband. He's my best friend. He's my sounding board. When I go home and gripe about y'all not getting your stuff to me on time, he's also tolerated me having to go on a lot of professional trips in the years of AEA and PLN, where I was heading up the committees. I was gone a lot, and he had to keep the kids. And somebody said, "Where are your kids today?" They're working, thank God. And you know, being in education, I accredit that to some of my kids' success. It made them want to work hard and to go to college and to be successful. I have a doctor, I have a police officer,
I have a banker, I have a teacher, and I have a homemaker. And I have 6 grandkids that are the love of my life. And that's where I'll be spending a lot of my time, but not all of it. I have family in the Chicago area and the Phoenix area who I've not gotten to visit with at any length over the past 37 years, and they're all getting older. I'm actually the only one really able to still travel, so I'll be spending probably summers in the Indiana area and winters in the Phoenix area. So not the whole time, but quite a bit of that time, because our time is limited on this earth, and that's one of the reasons I do want to retire, so that I can enjoy my latter years. And I hope that y'all will start thinking in those same ideas. You know, we only get one chance at enjoying our kids and grandkids, so make the most of it. It has been an absolute pleasure over these 37 years. I love agriculture. I love 4-H. I love fisheries. I love human sciences. I like getting out there and getting dirty. I've always enjoyed the photography. I love writing. I don't intend to quit writing. I don't intend to quit taking pictures. I've had the best of staffs. Brad, he is an incredible asset to y'all, and I think you all know that. Bobby, you're one of the most talented writers in the state of Arkansas. And I tell you what, Julius, you are a blessed man. Joe Davis, thank you. I can call Joe and he's Johnny on the spot right there, and I'm telling you, there's nothing he can't do, and I appreciate him greatly. I just thank y'all for being my friends and for supporting me and for helping us through the high times and the low times. And thank you so much for coming today. It means the world to me. Thank you.